So you want shitty podcasts, something to hear when you drive, or some internet loser saying, hey, it's great to be alive. So let's talk nonsense. Hey, why not? We'll soon find out we don't know a lot. But here's one fact I think we both know. You're here now to see the Castoe Show.
Castoe, that's what all the people want. They come here to see us talk, and they come here to see us flaunt.
Oh my
And
god. Morning, everybody.
Good morning.
It is March 16th, 2025. It is a balmy 62 degrees outside.
So remember how a few days ago we were talking and I was like, yeah, it's 70-something degrees out here. It's now snowing again. So we're fine.
Hey, got
We're-
your ass. Huh?
Yeah. Ha 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 ha.
Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in.
Is it true, Michael?
Michael, it's raining again, you fucking skip fools.
Fools, alright.
Oh yeah, so pretty lovely Sunday so far. How are all you boys doing?
Oh,
Doing good. I'm doing good.
We'd love to hear that, Anthony.
Today's a fantastic day because I'm here with my boys recording some Castoe show.
Yes, no way I'd rather spend my Sunday and incoherently rambling with my very good friends.
Ramble on.
All right, we got some topics today. Okay. Let's get it out of the way since I already mentioned the date. Today's 3/16, so we will have our wrestling segment now because Austin 3/16. It's Steve Austin's day.
Austin
Steve
316.
Appreciation Power Hour, as we call it.
With the whole hour talking about Steve Austin.
Best I could do is 10 minutes.
That's fine. So Antwan, Steve Austin, right?
Yeah,
One of
pull
the
up
best-
some Steve Austin.
I
please.
know.
No. I'm not asking you to do anything. What I'm saying is I want to inform you about how Austin 316 came into this world.
Okay.
Because Steve Austin won the 1996 King of the Ring tournament. Is that correct? 1996, 1997?
Americans, can we fact check this?
True American, can you fact check this as I keep talking? he wasn't supposed to win. What happened was Triple H was supposed to win. However...
It was 96, you're correct.
Okay, this is a lot that we're going to have to explain. So Kevin Nash and Scott Hall left the company, right? And this is the era where everyone believed wrestling was all real all the time. So as they left the company, Scott, these two guys in the ring, and then also Triple H and Shawn Michaels come out. They were all friends backstage. So they all did a big hug in Madison Square Garden. And everyone's like, what the hell? Breaking kayfabe? Triple H, you're not winning King of the Ring.
Fuck?
Steve
Like
Austin's,
each other?
Steve Austin's winning King of the Ring now. Okay, bud? And so Steve Austin, King of the Ring's a big tournament where it's just a bunch of wrestling matches, and eventually there's the last one in King of the Ring's announced. Steve Austin gets his lip like busted open like real early. Yes. And so he goes to the hospital, gets it stitched up, and comes back and was told, hey, you're going up against Jake the Snake. He cut like a Bible promo on you because he's like a born-again Christian. So when you win and make a speech, do something with that. Steve Austin comes out, the winner and whatnot, and does this ripping 2-minute promo against Jake the Snake Roberts, where basically he's like, I want you to get that piece of trash out of the ring. You talk about your Bible quotes, your John 3:16s. Austin 3:16 says I just whipped your ass. And the crowd explodes. The crowd's like, this is the best thing we've ever heard of all time.
They spent 3 days cleaning up that arena with mops, and it still smells like that funny tree,
To this day.
To this day.
And at the end of it, he's like, oh, I gotta wrap it up. What do I say? And he goes, and that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold says so. Can you imagine
thinking of that on the spot?
Getting in your two iconic phrases in the same speech? Oh my god, I can't even. And apparently, like the next night, like whenever they did Raw next, everyone came out with Austin 316 signs. Everybody came out with Austin 316 signs. So of course they're like, well, we got to start making shirts, and it's I still think the most sold shirt ever in wrestling promotion. Maybe up
You
there with
still
like the
see
NWO
random folk on the street wear it sometimes. I'm like,
with
oh,
Austin
really
316.
neat.
Yeah, and you're like, okay, rock on. He hasn't
Yes.
wrestled in like 20 something years now.
No, but
Really
come
wrestled?
on. If you think of a wrestler, you think of him.
He's one of them. He's like, you know,
This bald, mean son of a bitch. What?
the Texas rattlesnake. What?
Yeah. Okay. Within 2 minutes, this guy changed like the trajectory of his life
Within
to a nasty degree.
Within 2 minutes, arguably, he started the Attitude Era. Like, arguably.
That is how it started. Because Jake the Snake, pretty good, fantastic wrestler, seasoned vet, comes out with the snake. The snake bites you. Isn't that fun?
Apparently, he hated, or he didn't hate snakes, but he was like kind of afraid of snakes, which is a sort of weird thing to make your gimmick. If you're sort of
what do you mean I have to carry around a bag with a fucking snake in it?
Oh, how does he sounds sort of like this? He's got a little raspiness to his voice now. Jake the Snake.
Jake can do a great Macho Man.
Oh, I believe that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Kind of hilarious. Yeah. But yeah, jeez, moment in history. One of the finest wrestling moments of all. And look at that, look at him pound those bears.
Bringing the cooler out. What? Broken skull cooler.
Yes. What? Now I'm still going to be talking about my John 316s because that's pretty based. Yeah, but Austin 316's pretty cool.
It's more of the fact of like the whole, just trashing and whatnot. It's not really meant to be that disrespectful. It's a little disrespectful, but mostly to Jake the Snake. I think the more disrespectful thing he says to Jake the Snake in that promo is when he's like, Jake the Snake, a recovering alcoholic, he's like, get him a bottle of cheap Thunderbird to get back some of that courage you used to have. What? Like, what?
Damn! Oh my god, that instantly shot my brain to like a Samoa Joe promo where he was just dunking on Jeff Hardy the entire time.
Oh yeah, for just in and out of rehab. Jeff
Somebody
Hardy.
Get this guy back into rehab. Watch your bottles around him. Would you look at that? I read 5 minutes in that ring. It smells like Jack Daniels when he's there.
Wendy, base Samoa Joe, actually.
Wendy.
Also, another thing that Steve Austin did to like irrevocably change the wrestling business, the what thing, which we do to like whatever, but just like he would just do that when people would be cutting promos and they'd take a pause. He'd just go what, and and crowds eventually started doing it with him. And now, if you're delivering a shit ass promo, the crowd will just start doing the what on you.
If you are taking pauses, if you're remembering what the fucking cue card you read behind stage said, we're going to hit you with a what. Yeah.
What? It's awesome. And it's even better when the wrestlers play into it when like, if like I think it was Undertaker, it's like, if you kiss your sister, say what? And then he's like, yeah! Get him, Taker!
Dude, they tried to do that to like Gunther, I think. On like Monday or like one of these past weeks.
Oh yeah, but he played it well.
He steamrolled it. He steamrolled it so fast. It's like, I am not going to take any more pauses during my promotional material.
Yeah, he kept on he did like a pause. What? The pause. What? And then he just like kept on talking after that. It was like, oh, beautiful. My baby boy Gunther.
He flowed his way out of it. So thank you, Austin, for forever giving us that gem and changing the game. Big shit out to Stone Cold.
Oh, did somebody save the game?
I hate that promo.
The game.
I'm gonna say absolutely nothing. I'm gonna go on the Castoe show, and I'm gonna talk for about 45 minutes.
Insane.
And I'm gonna say absolutely nothing.
We love you, Paul. But man,
we do love you, Paul. Keep up the good work. Bring Samoa Joe back.
Yeah.
All right. Man. Okay, meat and potatoes of today. A big, shocking headline.
Laura. Yeah.
Andrew Cuomo's running for mayor.
Okay, so Andrew,
mayor of New York City.
So you may be thinking to yourself, But guys, Andrew Cuomo was already the governor of the state of New York.
Isn't this a smaller position?
Isn't this a downgrade?
The answer is yes.
Hey, Nick. So it says that here that he was the governor of New York until he resigned. Can you tell me more about that?
Well, he's Italian, so I feel it's very important to preface what I'm about to say.
Oh my God!
Having that Italian knowledge in your mind.
Shut up! I can't believe you already.
He loves his secretaries so much and appreciates the work that they put in and day out. And to show that in his very Italian way, he touches them and kisses them and sniffs them like a dirty old pervert.
I had erased it from my mind that was the excuse until you said I'm an Italian man, and then
I'm an Italian. That is how I say hello.
Because I'm Italian, and I remembered I hate Andrew Cuomo. Actually,
yes. Really, all of the Cuomos, all two of them.
I'm not that familiar with
this
the
guy
newscaster.
needs therapy.
He needs a padded cell, is what he needs.
Yeah. Just imagine you're an Italian person, right? Like an Italian person who's like.
Hold on, give me a sec. I need an actual beat to put my mind in the Italian sphere.
You're an Italian.
Oh, okay, I'm ready.
Okay. And imagine you hear on the news Andrew Cuomo going, "It's okay that I sexually harassed women because I'm Italian. It's what Italians do.
It's just what we do. That's how we say hello."
I want to beat the shit out of that guy for just being... Because you're throwing a whole section of the world under the bus for your shitty actions. Because it's like, oh, it's okay. I'm Italian, you know?
Listen, for not a single second did anybody go with that excuse. He said it, and then in unison, the entire Madison Square Garden crowd screamed, "Bullshit! Bullshit!
Asshole!"
Asshole!
It's oh my God, and it's the same thing when Kevin Spacey was like, when Anthony Rapp was like, when I was 12 years old. Kevin Spacey,
but I'm gay.
Yeah, Kevin Spacey being like, no, but I'm gay. Like, again, if you're a gay person, and Kevin Spacey does that, I would want to kill him. It's just like, what are you doing? You're making it worse for everyone involved.
That knowledge makes me go back and watch Glengarry Glen Ross, and it's somehow like
makes it worse when he's just eyeing up Jack Lemmon's character.
Oh, he's not in all interested in Jack Lemmon, but just knowing that he's like a kitty diddler and like, oh, it's perfect. It fits it so well.
There's that clip of Kevin Spacey. They're interviewing him. It's like, when you help with like these child actor seminars, how do you help? And he's like, I always look for the quiet ones. I always look for the ones.
Oh,
you're like, this is so much worse out of context.
Ugh, shit. He's walking free right now. Like Kevin Spacey has.
Oh yeah,
he's faced no repercussions at all.
There was a child. There was a trial, and then a lot of people died, and then there wasn't really a trial anymore.
What do you mean a lot of people died?
A lot of the witnesses just died in accidents, and that's what happened. Take that as you will.
Is he like a Clinton? Does he have power to do that? I thought he was Hollywood actor. I thought he was a gay Hollywood actor, and a Hollywood actor.
I thought, but I repeat myself. I don't know how powerful he is. I just know that's what the news articles were. It's like Spacey trial to proceed, and then it's like a month later, this witness dies. A month later, witness in Spacey trial died.
18 children tragically die on the way to the courthouse. Isn't that just odd?
That's so unfortunate.
I guess we have no choice but to let Mr. Spacey walk free.
All right, let him go.
It's just a picture of like Art Feinbaum shaking his hand, walking him outside. Another victory. 276-0.
Art Feinbaum always gets his man.
Yeah. Hey, I don't know how well it speaks of our character that we share the same lawyer as Kevin Spacey, but
maybe we should disassociate ourselves from Art Feinbaum.
I'm not gonna do. He gets results. He wins. All right.
And
if you come after me, we're suing you for defamation of character. All right.
I
If he could
now,
get Spacey off, he could get us off.
I'm now
He's getting
uncomfortable with him getting Kevin Spacey off.
Yes, yes. All right. Well, yeah. Cuomo, I don't see. I think he has a snowball's chance in hell of getting elected, unless there's some major trickery at work. Who the fuck wants to go for him?
He's a proven bad get. He's a proven bad get. I wouldn't trust him with like being the janitor at a local hospital.
Tried and untrue Andrew Cuomo.
Yeah, but you don't understand.
Can New York catch a break?
The governor of New York. Yeah,
like New York can't catch a break. Okay, because okay,
what are their
the
options?
dude before Eric Adams was corrupter than a motherfucker. Like all I remember hearing was like, embezzling scandals. Yay, let's go. He's stealing money. And then Eric Adams comes in. I'm like, oh, what an upstanding looking mayor. Also embezzling and more scandals.
What? That's crazy. There's no way.
And now to replace Eric Adams, we have Andrew Cuomo
and his running mate, Anthony Weiner. Like, can you imagine?
The average Uber driver in New York is more trustworthy than any of these rats in office.
The average construction worker, I would imagine.
Oh,
just like the normal 9-to-5 guy. Put him in charge of New York. See what happens.
You're still going to get sexual harassment, but a lot less malicious.
It's a lot less physical and a lot more of just like saying salacious things at women as they walk.
Hey, sugar tits. So I can't do the whistle and it read over the microphone, but just imagine that I'm putting like both pinkies in my mouth.
I'm imagining,
giving a woman like a whip,
Have you ever been catcalled? Have you ever been called sexy by like someone on the street?
Yeah, once.
Really?
Maybe even twice. It happened not even that long ago, and I don't know.
Now, being the geolocator of men, Nick, was it a guy?
No, it was a woman, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Okay, I didn't. Okay, I was walking.
My head shot up. My head shot up like I just was experiencing a brain blast. Like
I was walking with Dave and Tom, and we were escaping the gamer cafe down the street, right? Yeah. And oh my god, what was it? Yeah, it was these like young women in a car doing a drive-by, right? Mm-hmm. And all I heard was, it's like, my friend thinks you're hot, and they just drive off. And I'm like, what in the fuck just happened? So anyway, I didn't really like it that much. Or I'm like, okay, that's neat, but I see what all the broads are complaining about. It's a little bit of an unsettling feeling.
Okay. Then I have no more questions at this time, Your Honor.
No more questions, Your Honor.
Because
have you been catcalled?
No, I haven't. I was just wondering what that's the thing, is that I was wondering what the experience was like.
It's getting screamed at by a stranger, and that's never that cool,
Listen. I've been screamed at by enough people in my time. All right.
Yeah, just because it's a positive screaming doesn't, remove the screaming.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, like I wonder. It's like, was it me? It couldn't have been Dave. Might have been Tom. So I'm like, huh, and it just left me like with a big question mark in my mind.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I'm going to go home, disassociate, and forget this ever happened until my good friend McKellen Souls digs the memory out of my brain with a spoon.
I'm Italian. What can I say? I want to know.
I'm Italian. There we go. I want to
know these things.
All right. So, of the official Castoe show stance, anti-catcalling, anti-Andrew Cuomo. All right. That's cool. Moving on. Next item on the agenda. Everybody's favorite infidel, John Mulaney. He's back with his talk show.
Dun, 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 dun. Is it infidel or infidelity? What is it with John Mulaney?
Well, he cheated on his wife with Olivia.
Is that what happened with him?
Sack of shit. No, not him. Could it be?
Couldn't be.
Okay, but here's the thing.
He cheated on his wife and Marie
opened the show with like just barely addressing that a little bit, and then it went into like this really heartfelt thing about Olivia Munn, who is currently suffering from cancer. I don't know what kind.
Oh,
right?
Unfortunate. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's just talking about how he's like, there with his wife, and being, a good husband to her. And it's like, yes, I had another kid with her that the first one was very controversial. And the second one, people didn't really seem to care that much.
That's usually how it is, John.
Yeah.
Not to get once you're with the person,
Yeah, and now he has a beautiful, lovely family, and he's doing his best for his wife right now. Everybody, shoot a prayer for Olivia Munn. All right.
Always, yeah.
Yeah. That's very funny. He knows how to take an awkward situation and turn it into a giggle. That Mulaney. But yeah, he's got Richard Kind on deck, and
Richard Kind, the wonderful Richard Kind.
It's such a weird talk show, dude.
I would imagine if you get John Mulaney, who's not Jewish,
no,
but certainly hangs around with that crowd of like Nick Kroll and whatnot. You get Richard Kind, who's like the most Jewish,
absurdly actually.
Yeah, and you get them on a show together. And I don't even know what they would talk about. Do they just interview people?
It's not okay. It's not even an interview type show, and it's kind of hard to describe what the show is. It's called Everybody's Live. Netflix did 5 episodes before. It was called Everybody's in LA. And he made the joke where it's like, oh, yes, we had a focus group determine people outside of LA don't like LA.
Really?
And we thought that the fires would help that, and not at all. So we switched it to Everybody's Live.
I remember my brother liking the previous. I think my brother and his wife liking the previous version of the show. Because I remember them.
I can tell it's the same.
They're describing the bit where it's like describing downtown LA, and it's like, now you may think downtown LA is like the height of culture. No. Remember New York in the 70s? It just sort of moved to downtown LA. Like it still is alive and well in downtown LA.
The vibe is alive.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the movie Death Wish could take place in current day downtown LA.
I believe they tried to do that. I believe they tried to make that movie, didn't they? Did they remake Death Wish?
Did they do? Wow, they brought what's his name? Action Charles Bronson back from the dead.
Charles Bronson, he's not a murderer. Who the criminal Charles Bronson takes his name from? No, it was remade with Bruce Willis before he retired.
So my brain immediately goes to the scene.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. And
I'm sorry.
So yeah, where were we? Oh yes, Mulaney.
Mulaney.
Yeah, the format's funny. The format's so weird. It's literally just he invites all these celebrities on his show, talks to them for like 5 seconds, and then he gets more celebrities, just like really dogpiling the couch, right? Mm-hmm. He had who's the dude who Birdman, first Batman, help me out.
Michael Keaton.
He had Michael Keaton. He had like this CFO lady from a big company, right? Mm-hmm. An economist. Like an old artsy type, really obscure celebrities. The only one I was like, okay, Michael Keaton, and then there's Fred Armisen for some reason.
And you're like, oh, Fred Armisen.
Yeah. Love to see you,
Fred.
They all shared like 2-second stories about lending money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently Richard Kind has the best money lending experience out of any human being on Earth.
What? Did he lend someone $5 and got back like $1 million? Was it?
No, he lent 3 separate people, $10,000.
Oh.
And he got back that $10,000 every time and a free dinner.
Amazing.
Quite. Yeah, no, John was stunned. I was stunned. I was just like, what the fuck? I said to myself, alone in my room watching this talk shit.
What the fuck?
Yeah. But, yeah, no, he's winning. If you could loan somebody 10 G's and just get it back.
With a free dinner.
With the
very, very important. The interest here is a free dinner.
Yes, he did like preface it by saying it's like, oh, I don't just hand out money to anybody. Make sure it's a decent kind of bet that you're going to get your money back.
Yeah.
But the fact that it happened 3 times is still sensational. Good for you, Richard Kind.
Still pretty nice, yeah.
Yeah, and then the rest of the show is them just hearing literal people. Like there's a phone number to dial on the screen. You can call in and just tell your shitty money story. And I'm like, no way. You got like 6 celebrities and John Mulaney and Richard Kind all sitting around listening to normal folk and their tragedies about money.
I'm sure that makes them more relatable to the common man.
Yeah,
if it's just like
it was them
going,
just sitting down, and it was good improv, and I'm like, this is a fun idea. It's very, very interesting. I could fucking call in, Mac. They had a phone number jump up on the screen. It was with like the LA area code and everything. I'm like, wow.
How interesting.
Yeah, so maybe I'll do that. And instead of actually telling the story, I'll just scream Castoe show, Castoe show, Castoe show, and then hang up.
It might be it might be screened by producers beforehand so that it's not just some guy yelling slurs into a microphone.
No. I'll deceive them. I will. I'll lie to them. Where I'll give them like a really good juicy story, get 5 seconds into that story, and it's a literal live show. So if I go off the handle, they can't stop me.
All right.
We'll see if I can get past the miles of producers wanting to make sure that doesn't happen.
Nick suddenly banned from every producer show right after this.
Yeah, it's
blackballed in Hollywood again.
Again?
Is that what we're calling it?
Again! Yes. All right, Mulaney's talk show, pretty good. You know what? I give it.
How many big booms? How many big booms?
I'm gonna give it 2 illegitimate children with Olivia Munn out of 2. Boom!
2.
Boom!
2.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
On to the geopolitics side of things. My producer Anthony.
Oh, okay.
God damn. No, the Ides of March was yesterday, actually.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely correct.
Hey, watch out, Caesar. They're coming for you.
They already got him, bro.
Caesar!
If it was yesterday, they got him, dude.
Don't go to the Senate, Caesar. Please.
No. Please. Yeah.
Damn. And you still haven't seen HBO's Rome?
I still haven't seen HBO's Rome, though.
That scene gets me. It does.
I like Julius Caesar. It's my favorite Shakespeare play.
Oh, I actually haven't seen it. I feel like they never put it on, like anywhere.
No, they'd rather put on a Hamlet or a Macbeth or a Romeo and Juliet.
We'd rather do Once to Do a million times.
Or a Much Ado About Nothing, yeah.
Yes. One day I hope to see the historical Shakespeare's. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I guess I'm going to have to just do it myself.
A lot of the kings are very fun, actually.
Henry V.
Yeah. Richard III. I'm a fan of King John, even. I like King John.
Get him, John!
Get him, John. Ooh, get him, John.
Well, what Henry V is, I know that one for, they called him like Hal, right? But that's the Once More Onto the Breach speech, and that's fantastic.
Yeah.
That gets me hype.
Yeah. That's hey, if you ever want to feel patriotic about anything, I mean, if you ever just want to feel something, read that.
Yeah, my sinews stiffen.
Yep.
All right. But yeah, where were we? Oh yes, geopolitics. Anthony told me that Trump bombed Yemen again.
Yeah, he bombed he airstriked some terrorists in Yemen. And that's pretty much that story. He was personally taking hold of it, and then from there, just today, he decided to announce that he was going to go through the Alien Act.
Oh, the Alien and Sedition Act.
Yeah.
Of like, what year, Mac?
1798. During the presidency of John Adams.
Jesus Christ, dude. I would not look at him and think that, he is the most versed guy on quite literally ancient texts.
No, I think literally what happened was they were like, what is the most... when it comes to immigration, what is the most ancient law that we could cite for legitimacy? And so they're like, well, remember the XYZ affair? And Trump probably went, what's that? And they said, well, John Adams did this thing back in, his presidency, where he hated French people. And he's like, what year? 1798? All I need to hear. Let's go. And it's like...
I have had my team of scribes working day and night, poring over the most ancient tomes to find the spells that I need. to finally deport these French people.
And would you look here? We found ancient scribes, John Adams.
We've unearthed the Necronomicon, and we're going to use its awesome power to remove the illegal immigrants.
Take him away.
It's Castoe, Ferrata, and then they just disappear.
Yeah. Well, it's just like, okay, the whole thing about John Adams' presidency is like unremarkable for the most part, except for the XYZ affair in the Aliens and Seditions Act, where everyone was like, man, I think we hate John Adams for like, because the Aliens and Seditions Act was like,
we hate this shit.
The government can have control over a lot of things, the flow of information, specifically with the intent of getting rid of immigrants. And it was not really people caring about French people, but it was more of the fact that like you cannot criticize the government in their action. Like the full Alien and Seditions Act was like a lot of Big Brother nonsense that people didn't like, and so they were like, man, John Adams gets one term. He gets one term.
Hey, what the hell? Big government and this early in the nation? Nah.
We're not federalists yet, baby.
I'm more of a Sam Adams enjoyer myself.
Oh, I really am though. not even the beer. Samuel Adams as a person was like based. We love him.
He batted. Did Sam Adams? No, he didn't bat 1,000, but
he didn't bat 1,000, but he was very cool. And so it's just the fact that he's citing this law that we've all, I don't know, if you've paid attention to history class, it's like we kind of learned about, and we kind of all agree, yeah, that sucked. Like, I've never heard anyone.
We didn't like it back then, and we didn't like it right now.
I've never heard anyone say anything positive about the Aliens and Seditions Act. No, yeah. 1798.
It did get rid of the French, didn't it?
And not real, like some of them, but then it's like they're still around. They're still around. Like, again, it was specifically because they were like, oh, we found these unnamed French spies. We're not going to name them. But we should hate French people because of it.
If I was in that time, I would just be like, they're right.
Again, I think it's when it led to everyone going, you're not allowed to criticize the government for hating French people, and everyone was like, whoa, slow your roll, buddy. Like, not even.
You're not wrong. You're just an asshole.
Not even 20 years ago, we were shooting at people for even suggesting such things.
Yeah, all right. Well, it's an odd law, but we'll see how this plays out. Yep. I know he's busy trying to deport like some like palace or no. He's some like Middle Eastern dude who's like a pro-Palestine protester at Colombia. Yeah, Mahmoud. I don't know his name.
Mahmoud.
I don't know his name.
Okay.
Maktua.
Maktua.
Mohammed Tua. Yeah, he's a green card holder, and it's tricky legal waters, man. Like I've paid attention to it just a little bit, enough to not be completely uneducated.
Yeah.
And on like the Trump defense of like wanting to deport this dude is he's not a citizen. He's not afforded the rights of the United States.
I mean, true king.
Yeah, it's like on one hand you're incredibly right.
Yeah.
Is this just cause to remove a man?
Yeah. On the other hand, you the precedent you're setting by doing such a thing is like am I a big fan of that? Not really.
Or it's like he didn't do anything violent, It's not like he committed a crime. This is just like a man's view. Like, he's just a nasty protester in Colombia, but that's everybody at Columbia University.
Yeah, you're gonna throw away the whole school now?
Now, on one hand, that wouldn't be the worst idea, but come on,
the precedent.
Think of the precedent. Think of the road this will lead to. So yes, lift a prayer for the government and have them stop being so impulsive. Oh yeah, episode 3 of Daredevil happened.
Ooh, good episode.
Yeah, Antwan, you're all cut up?
Yes, I am.
And Mac, you're not cut up?
I watched an entirely different television show this week.
Mega bitchin'.
But you guys talk about Daredevil for a second. Go for it.
No, we're just gonna explain it to you at this point.
Can you
put the lovely viewer at the same time?
Never mind. It's perfect the way it is.
It's perfect just the way you are.
You
Okay, so
are.
let me just like go through and say the only time that I've had to like sit down and watch TV this week was the players tournament early in the day. I love golf. I love golf. Like 2 games of basketball, 1 Dodger game. For some reason, I got through half of what Hear No Evil, See No Evil, and a half of Midnight Mass, and the full episode of Daredevil. So
Half a midnight mass.
yeah,
And-
all it's getting.
We'll get there. We'll get there. And
But
the
yeah,
whole
this,
episode
this
is-
this week's Daredevil, wowzers, gajowzers.
Pretty good. So
Yeah,
for a baseline without like kind of spoiling anything, basically there's cops that worship like the Punisher that are corrupt and
wow, it just sounds like actual cops.
I was
yeah.
just about to say, Antwan, describe the episode. What are you talking about? Cops and who have
The
Daredevil.
cops who have the fucking Punisher skull all over their body.
Oh, brother.
Let's not talk about the LA Sheriff's Department here. But yeah,
they're pretty much corrupt in the show, and they take more extreme measures like the Punisher, and that's pretty much like their whole thing. And
yeah, well, they're not corrupt in like the kowtowing to like some underboss kind of thing. It's a back the blue to death kind of shit, you know?
yeah,
Where it's
more-
like
it's more
a
of a-
cop died. A cop died. It's like, well, the whole spiel with this like show and with the White Tiger right now is that the White Tiger is just some Puerto Rican dude who's like walking down to the subway and he sees 2 dudes just wailing on this homeless guy. So he jumps in and he tries to stop the wailing from happening, and one thing leads to another. A cop gets hit by a fucking subway. And then he goes to court and all that, and yeah, no, Daredevil legal drama, very compelling. We like it.
yeah, it's nice. It's quite interesting. And without like spoiling anything, the end of the episode pretty good, pretty interesting.
Pretty nice.
I don't know if it's John Barenthal or not. We'll see.
Isn't he in the show? Didn't they announce that he was in the show? John Barenthal?
I don't know the announcements, but fuck it. We're just gonna tell you guys. All right, we're gonna tell at the end. There's you don't see the face, but you just see somebody absolutely level cap White Tiger, and then just march towards the camera as a shadow until you see the skull of his like chest protector, and then he walks off. And I'm like, there's no way John Barenthal would plug the White Tiger. And if I were to put my money on it, I'd say that Wilson Fisk is behind this.
Oh,
that old Kingpin?
nah.
Do you think Kingpin would do something like this?
Andrew Cuomo, the mayor of New York? There's no way.
No, there's no way the mayor of New York would do anything so corrupt.
I don't want any more vigilantes. I want them dead.
On my streets.
I want them out of here. This blind lawyer keeps fucking with me.
So I mess with him.
Yes, average Italian. Obsessed with revenge.
The only reason he was so corrupt is because Kingpin's Italian. You have to keep that in mind.
Okay, but
The only reason he crushed that man's skull with his hands is because he was Italian. He called him Luigi. You know, that's like the N-word for Italians.
What do you do?
do we? The real talk is do we think Spider-Man's going to show up in the show?
Absolutely not.
Ah,
They're just barely getting this off the ground. There's no way that they're going to have the money for Tom Holland to appear on the show.
you just show up for like one episode, you know.
Oh, my
He was
God.
referenced. I think, yeah, no,
That's
he was
true, that's
definitely
true.
referenced. It's like
That's the
it's
best
like
you're gonna
Wilson Fisk being like, I've had enough of these costumes and clowns. These spider kid, yeah,
The Spider Kid swinging around.
Man
my-
dressing
Oh,
as a
so
spider.
he said Spider Kid? Okay, yeah.
no,
there's
he didn't
way.
say Spider Kid. He's like, no, there's like a clown dressed as a spider or something like that.
Still no way. I listen. Okay, so when Daredevil appears in a Spider-Man movie, it's because they have a movie budget and they can say to Charlie Cox, "Hey, you usually get paid this much for Daredevil. You're gonna get paid this much for Daredevil." Okay, yeah, sure. There's the reciprocal of telling Tom Holland, "Hey, we have this much money. Can you show up for Spider-Man as this much money?" There's no way. Tom Holland is not appearing in the show, and I will bet $5 on it. I will bet. I will bet you.
It has to be.
But-
No,
but isn't
it's
he
like
under contract,
contractual with it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like contract for every hero until
Sure,
the
a contract.
ends, right?
But again, it's the same thing I imagine with Robert Downey Jr., where Tom Holland is a big enough star now where I think he can start making demands of like, I want to get paid this much money, and then the makers of the show will be like, man, I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know if it's worth it. Like, we'll just reference it. We'll say that there's a spider guy flinging around New York City, and that's enough. That's
Tommy,
enough.
Tommy, baby, I implore you, set aside your mercenary heart and just do it. Just do it for me,
Okay,
please.
if not Spider-Man, how about you think about the Defenders and like Nick Cage and stuff? And
Oh man, that would be. I mean, I would love that. I would love for the Defenders to come back, but it's just like, again, I think everyone has done something different with their career. Like the Jane lady. What's her name? Like everyone's
Jesse's
just
girlfriend.
Yeah, Jesse's girlfriend.
yeah,
Thank you. Everyone's just sort of like, when was the last time they did a Defenders, Daredevil, Jessica Cage, like all that stuff? When was the last time they did that
Jessica
before
Jones.
this show? Jessica Jones, thank you. Luke Cage, Jessica Jones.
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Tiny
She
Nick
did something.
Cage.
You said Nick Cage earlier, but
My
Luke
bad,
Cage.
my bad.
It's okay.
Same thing.
He's just constantly rent free in my head. I'm sorry.
I knew
Nick
what
Cage,
you
Luke
meant.
Cage, Owen Page.
I knew.
Lakers in 5.
No, but my whole point is just like, I think that it's gone far enough that like the people involved with those shows probably are just like, yeah, that was like 7 years ago. Like it's, and you know, maybe the production of it wasn't that good because again, it was a Marvel show on Netflix. So maybe
But it
the guy
looked
who
really good back in the day.
maybe the guy who played Iron Fist isn't super jazzed to come back as Iron Fist. You know what I mean?
Danny Rand, yeah. That was the weak one back in the day. Just like, shit, man. Yeah, because you need money to do Iron Fist right.
You really do.
You can do Daredevil on a smaller budget.
On an
because
actiony budget, like I imagine you get a John Wick stunt team to do a lot of the
Exactly.
Daredevil action sequences. You can do similar stuff with like Luke Cage because Luke Cage is just that he's like invincible
Big.
as shit. Like that's just the
All
Luke
he
Cage
does
power.
is that he just stands there. And has their
Exactly.
hoodie every time so he doesn't get arrested.
But like with like you were saying with Iron Fist, there requires a level of like special effects to sell the fact that he is a mystical martial artist man. And if you
his
can't do it, then
hands glow, dude.
exactly. If you can't do it, then it's like, well, then what are we doing? Like,
Yeah.
What do
And
we
look,
do?
I
Iron
like
Fist-
the Iron Fist.
Iron Fist
I like
versus
Iron
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi, Legend of the Seven Rings, 10 Rings.
That'd be cool.
I as much as I hate Iron Fist and Marvel Rivals, I just like a lot of like them. Marvel comics, I think, really do well for me when it's like the guys on the street fighting crime. That's like I like
Yeah.
it when I like it when it's the Daredevil or even like when it's the X-Men just fighting people. Like when it gets into like all of like the Shi'ar and the Kree and the Skrull, it sort of loses me a little bit. Even though it's like I'm learning to like Fantastic Four comics where they do a lot of that stuff. I just much prefer when it's like Spider-Man solving a bank robbery or whatever. You know?
Exactly. Can I get an amen? I love small stakes crime.
It's when everything's the fate of the universe, nothing matters, and I don't mind saying it. When everything comes down to if we don't stop this, the whole entire world's going to explode. I eventually stop caring because
Yeah, where I'm like, okay, you're losing me. You're losing me. I that's why I think Daredevil draws me in, and I find this like one of the most compelling, like characters and heroes in Marvel. Is just because, yeah, sure, he's like super talented, right? He's blind, so there's that kind of like cool making up for it with his
Yeah.
ears and all that. But he's just a guy.
he's just a guy.
Yeah, and he's going against like we're really underestimating men here. We
Yeah,
are kind of an awful,
Kingpin is
scheming, and
Kingpin's a
powerful.
mountain of man. Who's also he's the brains and the brawn where he is like the size of a hill, a very large hill, and also he's a genius who's willing to do
Exactly.
whatever he can to get his money.
I dare anybody here to go and try and fight the average man. You're gonna have a bad time. You're gonna have an awful fucking time trying to fight anybody.
Fight Club was an entire film dedicated around that one idea of
Yes.
just getting into a fist fight with anybody, and you're gonna get your shit rocked.
Yeah. With the average dude down the street, you go and try to kick his ass, you're probably gonna get your ass kicked. And yeah, it's like, okay, that's superhero to me. It's like, this is just a dude who can fight like 4 guys, maybe 5 guys at the same time. It's like, that kicks a whole lot of ass to me. And he's solving crimes. He's making the world a little bit of a better place. Yeah, Iron Fist, baby. Oh, that's the Chinese Iron Fist.
That's he.
Yeah, I
I've
know.
learned
I'm
he used to
trying
be
to get the other one.
Swordmaster. He used to be Swordmaster.
Yeah.
And now he's Iron Fist, and it's like I like that actually. I like that a lot.
Well, I think we're actually getting really big social credit by having that up, Anthony. So good job.
Iron Fist. Ding! Social credit. Can you also put what other Chinese superheroes are there that we can put up for social credit? I can't even.
Put up Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi,
Yeah.
Legend of the Seven Rings.
Put up Sunny Chen.
Put up Sunny. Sunny Chen is my favorite
Chinese superhero.
Yeah. Hey.
Put up Kung Pao.
Put up Kung Fu Fury. Put up
Drunken Master. I want Drunken Master 2.
Legend of the Drunken Master. Yeah.
The fucking Jet Li movie. Yo, put up a motherfucking Donnie Yen, Ip Man 1 through 6.
I think he was only in a few of those, but yes.
Put up another picture of John Mulaney. He looks Chinese enough.
Huh?
And
You know, on the Castoe show, you can watch what you want, then you can go. Make sure you subscribe and like it too. Ooh, and then you'll realize Castoe's here for you.